Hi guys, welcome back to Watercast. So for today's video, I will be reviewing this model. So what I got here is the BBR 64 Ferrari Daytona SP3, and this version is the Giallo Modena color, which means, as you can see on the box, this is the yellow one. So first thing I want to talk about is the packaging. So the packaging itself is a standard BBR model, and this one feels like, again, the BBR 64 feels like a Kaido house packaging with this hard cases, hard box. So it kind of like makes it even more premium model with the packaging like this. And then the packaging itself at the front, we could see the BBR model logo right here with the prancing horse of the Ferrari, and also the Ferrari Daytona SP3 model name. Again, with the artwork or the photo of the model, the SP3, and then on the bottom we could see the warning sign, blah blah blah, and also the Ferrari product. So BBR 64 is a licensed product, but BBR 64 kind of like borrowed the licensing from the, let's see, the produce under the license of MCG, Maisto, and Burago. So yeah, BBR kind of like asking or maybe kind of like um, asking for permission to MCG or Maichong group with the from Maisto and Burago to kind of like having the license of Ferrari, and they were able to make the model for themselves. So yeah, that is how they get the licensing. And then what else? Oh yeah, on the back again, after I show you this, we got the model name right here, the Ferrari Daytona SP3 Giallo Modena, and then the scale 164 made in China, BBR models, blah blah blah. And that is pretty much it about the model. So I think we are going to open the packaging now, and we are going to take a closer look on the model and see the details. Right, so this is what the model looks like, and it doesn't have any kind of like base to it, like acrylic base, so I'm just going to hold it right there. So yeah, let's start from the front of the model. So this is the SP3, one of like Ferrari's like the most insane models, insane design. Like this kind of like taking an inspiration from the 330 P4, the Le Mans race car. As you can see, there are some styling cues going back to that model. And from the front, we could see this very interesting carbon fiber parts that kind of like stick out on the model from the headlights. So this is where the headlights supposed to be, but I think BBR cannot replicate the headlights in 64 scale, so they just go like this. And then we could also see the Ferrari logo, but I think this is a metal transferred logo, a metal edge, so it is pretty nice. And then on the air intakes or the front bumper, we could also see the prancing horse decal at the center, which is also really nice. And then there is a carbon fiber tampo printed for the front splitter, which is really nice also. And for the side parts, there is starting from the wheels. So the wheel itself is a 5-spoke with this kind of like twisted design, and it is pretty detailed for a BBR. I have to be honest, this is a really nicely done wheels for a factory one. And then we could also see the Ferrari logo right here at the door, which is pretty big. This is one of the parts that I don't really like about the SP3, because the Ferrari logo is very big and it's on the door, and it kind of like ruins the aesthetic of the model. You see what I see? You see what I mean? It kind of like ruins the aesthetics. Like if you could also make it a lot smaller, like putting it right here, like where the prancing logo, the prancing horse logo should be, like in other models, it would be better. And then we could also see the side mirrors right here. This is a hard plastic, an ABS plastic, not a rubber like Mini GT. So this is a hard plastic. But then you also received this metal, the reflective sticker for the side mirrors, which is really nice. And then moving on to the back side, so this is the same styled wheels. I think they have slightly different sizes. Yep, they have a slightly different sizes. And then moving on to the back, so the back itself is very, very intricate. For the real car, but for the 164 it's not really that intricate, but it's still a sight to see because this kind of like striping is very hard to make. And then the taillights itself is unfortunately a painted one because I could understand the decision because in a 164 scale it is almost impossible to kind of like replicate a taillights this thin. So again, understandable. And what else? So this is the twin exhaust pipes for the SP3 and also the metal transferred prancing horse. And then we got the carbon fiber decals for the diffuser. And this is the Daytona SP3 dealer plate. And what else? Oh, I kind of forgot, sorry. So the wheels itself, they also kind of like trying to make the prancing horse detail at the center, but it's not really that detail. It's just like a yellow dot with the kind of like black paint. It's not really that kind of like prancing horse design. Yeah, anyway, moving on to the upper side of the model, we could also see the Ferrari metal transfer decals right here. So yeah, there is a metal transfer decals, and then this is the engine. It's not really that eye pleasing because we could only see this small window for the engine. And then I think this is the fuel cap, and this one is a hole. This one has a hole. It is an actual hole on the model. It's not tampo, so this is really nice. And then on the interior is very, very, very interesting to see. So as you can see right here, the center, the steering wheel has the prancing horse logo at the center. And then we also received this red bucket seat. And then the Ferrari prancing horse logo at the center console. And then the dashboard is carbon fiber tampo printed with the red paint all over the dashboard. And then we also received this small part of carbon fiber near the windshield, and it is very nice. And for the bottom, there is nothing to see except for the BBR model logo and made in China. And this model is secured by only one screw at the front with no screw at the back. I think kind of like latches on the inside of this part right here on the back. So yeah, I think that pretty much it about this model. This is the BBR64 Ferrari SP3 Daytona. Ferrari Daytona SP3, and it is a really nice model. I really like this model, and I think I'm just going to kind of like wait for the soul red or the dark red version of this model because that is really, really nice. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.